6 years ago, I went out and married my daughter-in-law to my son in California. And they had a child on Christmas Day of 2007 by the name of Callie. On December 1st of 2010, Ling had taken Callie to Sunrise Park, which is where she always loved to go. It was about a block and a half from the house. And so they went to Sunrise Park and played, I guess, for about an hour, and then it was time to go home. So they left Sunrise Park, out of the park, onto the sidewalk, stopped at the curb because there was a gal that had pulled in the left-hand lane and stopped to let them cross. And they crossed into the bike lane, through the bike lane, and almost all the way into the middle of the traffic lane. And a 18-year-old college student was driving south on the roadway and hit Callie and killed her, and hit and critically injured our daughter-in-law. She had 2 broken legs, tendon damage, ligament damage, a split pelvis, and a compound fracture of her left arm. And they kept her in a coma for about 9 days so they could do numbers of surgery on her so that she wouldn't be fighting everything. The reason I want to make change is because I've been through such pain and suffering and watched my daughter-in-law suffer and my son suffer. I've suffered. I realize, though, that out of all this, that if the laws and people hear and understand what took place, that maybe they can say, gee, texting isn't right. I got to put the phone away. You know, I can't drive and text because the risk to others and to myself, basically, are just too much.
That is just one of the tragic stories from distracted driving. 10 years ago, we investigated an accident where cell phone use was a factor. A young driver, talking on the phone, lost control of her car. It crossed the median, flipped over, and landed on a minivan. That conversation ended in 5 fatalities. Recently, we investigated an accident where a teen driver sent or received 11 text messages in the 11 minutes before the multi-vehicle crash that resulted in 2 fatalities and 38 injuries. That investigation led to our strongest recommendation yet. We called for a nationwide ban on the use of portable electronic devices while driving. It's time to move from awareness to action. In generations past, the norm was an attentive driver with occasional distractions. But today, distractions are competing full-time for a driver's attention. And that's why the NTSB is holding a forum on attentive driving. The 4 expert panels will address human capabilities and the technologies that compete for driver attention, examine public policy, laws, and enforcement, identify ways to change attitudes and behaviors, and explore how technology can counter the risks of distraction. I hope that you will join us on March 27th to understand distraction, promote attentive driving, and most importantly, save lives.